What up to everybody? CeCe doing the most with Hip Hop Weekly Radio and Hip Hop Weekly Magazine. I have the honor to have some time to discuss a certain few things that you probably been seeing going viral on social media. But as a fan of DMX, I'm still out here just trying to celebrate his life and his legacy. And I have somebody very, very close to him that can help me do that. So definitely salute to this man, Po Dean. How you doing? How you feeling?
Hey, what's up, beloved? How you doing?
I'm
I'm good.
good. I'm doing really good. And I don't know if anybody has asked you this in the past weeks or days, but how are you doing, honestly, with everything going on?
Well, it was kind of rough. Last 2 weeks been real rough because we lost some other soldiers too. The week before, I had to go to a funeral before X's. And sometimes it's emotional. You get emotional, it gets a little, you torn. You don't know what you're going to do. It's like you lose your best friend,
Oh.
X was like everybody's best friend because he had love. He attached to everybody. So once you get that attachment with him, you just can't believe it. I still don't believe he's gone. Like, in my mind, it's like, not the dog, you know what I mean? But
Yeah,
I'm good, though.
well, I'm glad to hear that. And I feel like everything from his kids, his family, his closest friends, to people like me in the media field who got a chance to interview him or just to be in the same room as him, and just fans, everybody has pretty much been saying that for the past few weeks. And I always tell people, like, one of my favorite DMX stories is just something personal. I used to get grounded all the time. If my parents caught me with a DMX CD, those are one of them CDs, I will get in so much trouble. But I used to risk it all back in the
know that's
day
right.
for DMX. So he really meant a lot to me.
That's what's up.
Yeah, and let's just get right into it, right? And unfortunately, I'm still surprised that even Irv Gotti was the one to say this, but he made some comments over the weekend, and it's been a lot of slander going on in his name, rightfully so. As a fan, I would say rightfully so. He made a comment as far as why he thought DMX passed away, and I just wanted to give you an opportunity just to speak on that.
Well, first of all, I know Irv too. I know a lot of people in the industry, and sometimes people react without thinking. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people get emotional and get caught up in the moment or the hype or whatever, and they talk about stuff, and then they don't realize the impact that they're having on the kids and other members of the family that's going through it with them, with DMX, with his passing. So I don't think he was really thinking. I don't think he was thinking. It was a bad decision. He made a bad decision. But from my understanding, he put some kind of apology out recently. Yeah. But sometimes when you do something, you can't take it back. Some things you can't really take back because now everybody's affected. You know what I mean? But I don't really got much to say because, like, at the end of the day, Irv, he's always been controversial anyway. So you can expect stuff like that.
Well, a lot of fans were saying he was trying to use it to clout chase. And I know nowadays a lot of people everybody says that, oh, you're a clout chaser, you're just trying to clout chase. Like, and that he's a friend of yours. Where do you think why did he say that?
I can't say, I said I know Irv. I didn't say we was friends. Like, I never hung out with him.
Right.
I was there when he got put on with Ruff Ryders before he went to Def Jam.
Okay.
So I met him through that. We was in LA together. If you ever see the pictures of LA, you'll see with us. I'm with him, my brothers D and Y. We went out there to meet Def Row before DMX got signed to Def Jam.
Right.
And he was there, so we had interactions like that. I'm the one that took the pictures with Tupac that they was posting back then, and he was talking about it. So but I'm not really, like, I don't got no beef with him or nothing. I just don't understand that why you would say something crazy like that. Because at the end of the day, first of all, that was your people's. Well, I thought he was your people's. You know what I mean? And for you to put something on his name like that after he passes, and I know he probably said it while he was living and all that too, but that was wrong. That was bad timing on his behalf. Very bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very bad timing and very distasteful. As far as the family of Earl Simmons, DMX, as most people know him, have they heard those comments? And if so, have they made it their business to say anything, or are they just trying to have privacy to just grieve at this point?
Well, after the funeral, I haven't really been in touch with them because, you know, everybody need a little moment to mourn and whatever they going through. Just like myself, I was going through an emotional moment. Even on the stage when I spoke, I was like a little caught up, and I didn't want to keep it elaborating on the times that I had with X because there's so many times, and I just got emotional. So I said, let me just shut down right now, because it was at that point where you don't really want to see nobody go, you know, not nobody you care about. And that was like almost finalizing it right there, you know, and it kind of hit me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So how did you feel when you saw fans and even somebody like 50 Cent come for DMX's and his family's back, in a sense, to say, like, you know, kind of force Irv Gotti to pretty much quickly have to apologize?
Yeah, well, for 50, I think, you know, he's an artist too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but sometimes, you know, and he go left and hit people and do stuff like that. But it's about being tasteful and about having morals. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to something like that, you got to have morals. You got to be morally conscious, because DMX got 15 kids. They sitting there listening to what you just said. You know what I mean?
Right.
So any artist gonna get offended by that, even if they go out to the left of time and talk reckless. It's a certain way you do stuff. It's how you do it and who you do it to. Now, if X was here and he addressed it in front of X, then it'd be different because he got a chance to defend himself. But he's gone now. Right. And you step up to the plate and you want to put that out there. You wasn't in the room with him when it happened. So you really don't know what really happened. None of us really know. You know, I just we know that he had a drug habit. Yeah. You know, just to keep it 100. Nobody's hiding that fact. At the end of the day, though, it ain't for you to judge. It's not for you to speak on it, to tell people what you think happened if you wasn't there. That's just it. And even if you was there, this was a bad time to even say it.
Yeah, I think
that's crazy.
I mean, maybe you can agree with me, but for a younger person, I just feel that a lot of people in today's society are just so numb to empathy and grief and just somebody losing their life. I think people are just so numb to it, and people just carry on like it's just a regular day. And I think he definitely did get caught up in the interview while he was talking about DMX. But it just was disheartening for me, because it's like, again, we're trying to celebrate this man. Like that shouldn't even be a discussion at this point. We're just trying to celebrate this man and make sure we send him off like the king that he was. So that's why it really bothered me.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't see the interview. I heard somebody tell me about it. You know, somebody mentioned it to me, and I was like, that wasn't a good look. You know, at first I wanted to get angry about it, but then I looked at it like, sometimes people say things, and if you don't see what happened, what made him say it, I didn't want to just pass judgment on him. But at the end of the day, wrong is wrong. You know what I'm saying? DMX was a soldier, man. He regardless what his addictions was, whatever faults he got, everybody got addiction. Some guys got addiction for women. Some people got addictions for a bunch of stuff. You know what I'm saying? For money.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody I'm addicted on money. I want to get money all day. So everybody got addictions. You know what I mean? Somebody got something that they really passionate about and they're going to keep doing till they can't do it no more. So it's just a matter of just being respectful and being tasteful when you do stuff, you know.
Yeah, yeah. So let's go on and celebrate a little bit more of DMX, Earl Simmons. And you don't know, you were his road manager for a lot of years.
Yeah, I had about 2 years in with him, about a year and a half to 2 years.
That might have been a long 2 years being his road
probably the longest 2 years of my life. Believe that. Good dude, you know. He got a good heart, you know. So many different things we done did. I went on the tour with him to Australia. I did the Germany tour with him. I did the United States with him twice. So we've been all over the place, you know. There's so many stories. I remember when we was in Philly, the first tour in the United States that I did with him, we was in Philly, and the guy was in the front of the stage, and he had a water bottle. And he kept, as soon as X came on the stage, you know, when he opens up, you know, with the growling and all that, the dude took the water and slung it in his face, slung the water. So everybody ready to react. Dog said, I seen what the fuck you just did. I seen you, Money. Do it again. So he went on with his show, right? So we was getting, we want to react. He's like, nah, let me get my show going.
Right.
The boy did it again. We all dived off on the stage on this dude. So I'm on top of him, right? I still got a bite mark right here where the dude bit me. I had this the first date of the tour. I'm like, I gotta go and get a Technic shot now. The first date. And it was them type of incidents, but it was a lot of good incidents too. Like you see a little kid out when we out and about, and dog just stop and just take him and buy him stuff and hang out with him for the day and little stuff like that. That dog was just, he does spontaneously. It's not planned. It's not something that you trying to get publicity, you know, because there ain't no cameras around. They don't see that part of X. They don't see that every time he go to a city, he wants to go to a hobby shop. You know what a hobby shop is?
It's like Michael's, Joann's?
No. It's a hobby shop is this stuff. They got antique stuff, but they also got like the mini helicopters, the planes,
wow, okay.
The cars and all that, the remote control cars. So he goes there because he likes to play them. He likes to play with the cars. He likes to play with the helicopters, fly them, and he likes to fly the planes.
Right.
So that's his getaway for him being a kid. You know, like he didn't live his childhood, so he's living it through when he's on tour. Yeah. So those little things like that he did that I like, you know, being around him and having fun. The flip side of that is the stuff that he didn't want to do.
What was
like
that?
He really wasn't a social media cat. He didn't want to be on interviews and that type of stuff. He didn't like that stuff. He'll do it because it might be part of what he got to do, but you got to get some resistance out of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't like that. He don't like doing that. He didn't like, you know, he do his shows and stuff, but if you don't want to do a show, he ain't gonna go. It's like you gotta do whatever to get him out that room.
Not even
because he has his moments. I get an extra key to his room, so I get in sometimes. Sometimes I don't. But you gotta know how to work with his temperament to get him to do what you need him to do.
So like you kind of like Phil Jackson to his Rodman.
Yeah. I had to keep him grounded, keep him moving. It's like if he want to go, say we got a flight at 11 o'clock. I'll tell him it's at 9 o'clock. Yeah. Because he gonna try to show up. He gonna try to show up at 9 o'clock. You know what I mean? Exactly. Like he's not gonna give us enough time to go through security and do whatever we got to do.
Man.
But after about 5 times of that, he gets on. You know, he catches on, and he's like, "Let me see the itinerary." Let me see it. I gotta see what time it say. What time our tickets say, you know. But you gotta play games with them
He is
all.
a very smart man. I was about to ask you. So when did he finally caught on to that?
Yeah, well, he knew, I guess he probably, because the way I was moving, because when you knew with somebody, they don't know if you're telling the truth for you, just gassing them up. But then after a while, when he see we getting there early, man, I thought you said it was at 9 o'clock. I said, yeah, but they changed the flight. It's delayed. Or I'll say something like that. Then ain't every flight getting delayed, man. What are you talking about?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it was good. We had fun. We had a ball. Like, he likes Waffle House. He used to like to go in there. When he's hungry, he like to get him like 5 of them grilled chickens with some cheese eggs. Yeah. When we go overseas, he like his little knickknacks was the now laters. You gotta get him a box of now laters. You gotta get him the cigarettes. You gotta get him the Slim Jims.
Slim Jims.
Yeah, he loves Slim Jims. Well, I wasn't with him the last few years, so he might have changed his little switch his pitch up, you know. But when I was with him, that's what he used to like. You know he loved Timberlands, so you gotta make sure you got a fresh pair for him.
That's
every night.
Fuckers.
He loved them. You got every color, every kind of style you can imagine. He had them.
Man.
I was gonna paint a pair of Timbs.
Oh, really?
I was getting a pair of Timbs painted with his name on it so I could just hold them as a souvenir. In remembrance of him.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Man,
I got a bald head because of X.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got a bald head because of DMX. Yep. Dog was in Germany getting his hair cut. And I told the guy, I said, I want to get my hair cut next. And Dog was like, I told him I wanted to shape up. I wanted to shape up. We got somebody got in our way. I wanted to shape up. He says, come on, man. Why are you saving your damn hair? What are you doing? Because in the middle of my head, it was a little light. So he's like, get it. So you might as well just cut that off, man.
You might as well cut it off. Right. I'm with him on that one.
Yeah.
Come on home.
So he was like, you got a round head, it's gonna look right. I'm telling you, he said some of the most famous people in the world got bald heads. Okay. And he shouts out Michael Jordan.
He
said, Michael Jordan. He said, Michael Jordan got a bald head, man. I got a bald head. He said, get your hair, get a bald head. So I went in the other room and, I was playing in my head like, man, I ain't cutting my hair off. I don't care what he say, And then when he finished with him, I went in there and I was like, yo, money, just go ahead, get rid of it. It'll grow back. If it's meant to be, it'll grow back. And I kept it. I kept my bald head. There's 1,000 stories like that. I could tell you the stories when people was walking, the white guy was walking up to the bus when he was getting off the bus and was like he was a fan. Oh, you DMX. And he tried to pass him an envelope.
Oh, to serve him?
Yeah. And DMX ain't touch it, right? And he's like, you better get the fuck out of my face before I bang you in your motherfucking mouth. Fuck you talking about? And then, somebody, she was trying to serve him and stuff. It was so many incidents, but it was all in fun. Even if, and when he had problems, not to go hunt him down because he was disappearing and doing whatever he wanted to do. That wasn't the fun part of it. That's what made me not want to be with him because I couldn't help him. You know how you got somebody that's going through something and you can't help them. You don't want to watch them go through it and just keep going through it. And you can't help them come from up under it, So I had to fall back because I was like, damn, I'm watching him go through something and I can't do nothing else. Nothing. It ain't nothing because nobody could tell him what to do. You got money, you got the world at your hands.
You DMX.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Can't tell him what to do. He ain't gonna try to hear nothing you got to say. So, but I love him, man. I know he's at a better place. I know he's not in pain now. I know that you know, everybody that met him and they really talked to him and got to know him, they know him. The people that speculating out here, that going by what they see on media, what they hear other people say, they don't really know X. They don't know him. Because if they knew him, they wouldn't say nothing negative. Even what he was going through, you would see, understand he was in pain the whole time he was going through.
Yeah. It just seemed like, even just listening to his music, it just seemed that he had demons, he had a lot of pain. And that's one thing I do say, like, of course you still want him here, especially if for anybody, for his kids, you know, because just getting them all up there, you know, he got grown folk, kid like me, and then he got little ones, you know, and that's my heart. It's the little ones who they're not gonna have daddy.
They're not gonna get to see get the opportunity to spend that time with him. To get that little knowledge that he could pass on to him.
Yeah, because he had a lot of knowledge. He wasn't no dummy, and that was one thing I've always said about DMX. He's very smart. He's not stupid, and he I feel like a lot of times his frequency, which is so much higher, and I think he surprised a lot of people because they just thought, oh, here's this rapper, you know, he can talk good, but he don't know much. But it's like, no, he's a very smart man if you pay attention.
And he's God conscious. So, you know, when a person is conscious spiritually, they on a whole nother plane, especially when it comes to us, like people that may not be practicing on the level that he is. He could read scripture, verses, and the words that he can read, an average person don't even get to say them because he knows it from reading it and really having it in his heart. You know, and he's good, and he's real witty. He's quick with it. Like, if you say something and he don't forget nothing, like something can happen 2 weeks before and then it come up again, he could tell you exactly what happened and everything about it. Nah, you didn't say that. So if you switch your pitch on him, nah, money, because you said this and this is what this, he can come right back at you with it. So that's why I wouldn't lie to him. I know he can catch that.
Yeah. I think one of the main takeaways that I took from, especially the memorial service that at the Barclay Center, was when Swiss Beats pretty much was saying to people, like, this is what DMX was always looking for in life. All this love, all this support, like, in genuine. Like, not all I want to be your friend because I want something too. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, genuine love and respect, and like, it's just sad because even Swiss said, like, it's too late now for him to get this.
Like, you want to give the man his roses when you're here. Don't wait till he's gone. Yeah. But he needed I think Swiss was really trying to touch on the fact that, you know, he had a bunch of demons going through a bunch of stuff. And all the people that was there, and there's a lot of people across the world, some of them just rather been his friend and didn't really try to give him the guidance that he needed to get, you know what I mean? Or support that he needed to get. So now that he passed, everybody's, damn, man, love you. And he needed that right when he was going through what he was going through, because that might have helped him get away from it or stop him. Yeah. But sometimes people don't want to lose your friendship, so they rather not say nothing. I just want to be cool with you. So I know if I say something that you don't like, you ain't gonna be my friend no more. Yeah. So it's a two-headed sword. Like, you, damned if you do, damned if you don't. You know what I mean? Yeah. I was one of the cats that was, I'm gonna do. You know what I mean? I never seen him indulge in any kind of activity like that, because he had that kind of respect for me. And when I caught him when he was already after it, he would be feeling some type of way, almost like he'll get emotional. I don't cry with him before. because he didn't want me to see him in that frame of mind, and it hurt him. So I was hoping that maybe that'd get him to, switch his pitch. He'd rather me just go ahead and keep moving then. So I had to go. I didn't want to stay around.
Yeah.
But I love him, man. I love him. He stayed with my kids. He stayed in my crib. He lived with me and my kids for a little while.
Okay.
Before he was famous, my brother got him and he was running around. He still was reckless. He didn't care. He was doing him. And we was in B-More, and he was like, yo, we're gonna bring him out here, and then just keep him safe, man. Make sure he writing and do his music. Yeah. Plus I had all the albums, all the music and all that. So it wasn't nothing. It was just, I was happy to see him. And I'm pulling for anybody that's the underdog. I'm pulling for anybody that's the underdog.
Yeah. Underdog.
Yeah.
He always was the underdog. And
yeah.
So what's up next for Ruff Ryders? I've always thought, where is the documentary for Ruff Ryders?
They just did it. You didn't see they just had one on BT.
On BT? The Ruff Ryders documentary?
Yes.
Okay, I gotta go check that out.
Oh
See,
man,
I'm more of
where you been hiding that
type of person. So
they call it the Ruff Ryders. It was called the Ruff Ryders Chronicles.
Chronicles, okay. Well, then.
And then Master P did one. They did one for Death Row, and they did one for Ruff Ryders.
Okay.
Yeah. So it gave a little story about us and about, us starting out, how we got in the music business, and big up to Puff, big up to Irv, because he played a part in that, us getting the DMX signed. So I don't want to take that from him. I'm fair. Like if you did something, you did what you did, but you also did some good. So that was a good look.
To them.
My mother, just so people know, my mother and father grew up with Puff, mother and father.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, so that's how the connection came together.
That's what's up.
And my brother and them wanted to get into music. They taught the Hev. Well, why I taught the Hev, and Hev was like, get good artists. But when we were shopping the deal for a record label, they was trying to take them to Puff, but Puff couldn't take them. A lot of people don't know.
So DMX almost became Bad Boy.
Right. Well, okay. I think Puff was at Uptown, I think, at the time. He was getting ready to go to and start the Bad Boy label. It's either that or he was Bad Boy. But the reason why he couldn't sign with him because X had a disagreement with Mary. He didn't like what Mary did, and then he just was not being nice to her. I'm gonna put it like that. When she came out, she was from Yonkers.
Right.
But when she first came out, she was telling people she was from the Bronx. So X got offended and started saying stuff, you know what I mean? So that wasn't a good look, and that wouldn't have been a good look for him to go to Diddy, because Diddy, that's his star player right there.
Especially during the 90s?
Yeah. Yeah. Send that man on his way, because I got my little prize right here. And so those are some of the things that happened. So much stuff happened, man.
That would have been weird to see DMX as a bad boy instead of Def Jam, because a lot of people credit DMX for saving Def Jam.
Well, Russell Simmons credits him for saving it, because at the time they was on a down spiral.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he did. He brought that energy back, and he was grimy, rough, rugged, and he got that from my family, like my brother and them, because they always been street, always hood, and always had that team. You know what I mean? So he just got on a good team, and the team rocked with him, and now y'all know who y'all know DMX. Before y'all wouldn't have even knew him. Yeah.
Like, how would that dynamic would have worked, do you think? Like, I mean, I know it's speculation.
With Puff?
Yeah, with DMX under Puff.
It wouldn't have been a good mix, because Puff is flashy and shiny. And And that ain't a bad thing. That's what it is. That's his style. X is more street, more rugged, more hood. You know, more. He's ghetto. He represent the hood, like on that level, like on the street gutter, and he lives it. Right, he lives it every day. He was living it. He ain't lying about nothing. He said if he did something, he did it. He ain't going front. If he don't like somebody, you don't like you. Just like it's another thing. A lot of artists think that X didn't like him. He didn't really mess with artists because, you know, he felt like they was competition to him. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not going to befriend a dude that's trying to take my spot. I think I'm the hottest dude, so all y'all can get it. I'll line them up and I'll do them one by one. Line them up. That's how he feel, you know. But and he was a battle rapper first, you know, before he's making the records.
Yeah. I'm a huge battle rap fan today, and everybody always talks about DMX versus Jay-Z.
Yeah, I was there.
That was my next question. Okay, so did DMX win?
Yeah, but let me share this.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest, man. This is, and nobody might not think this is my personal opinion. It was another cat on the table too that they not speaking about. Yeah. When X and J battled, it was another kid from this group called the Harlem Knights. Okay. He got on the table too. He was from 135th Street in Harlem. And he made an impression too. Okay. He did his thing too. So all of them really did their thing. And when Jay-Z was rapping, he wasn't talking that cute, slick, fun. He was talking like comedy. He was rapping like he was joking, like clowning you. Mm-hmm. He wasn't rapping like putting a rap together. He was rapping like he was clowning you. Mm-hmm. So it came across to me and it was funny, but it wasn't like a battle, like you was battling somebody when you was rapping. Mm-hmm. It was more like you was trying to clown. So that's what I took from it. But you knew he had skills was the way he did it. And DMX was talking that grimy, rough street. Now, who gonna tell us mother the baby under the cover in the morgue, stiff as a log, sniffed out by the dog? Another hard-headed nigga that didn't listen. So he got what he came for, surgery with the chainsaw. You know, he talked like that, you know, so. Yeah. And then the other cat was talking that fly Harlem stuff. So everybody was getting their claps and their yay and their oohs. So, I mean, but Dog was the one like more grimiest, rugged, you know.
Okay. I believe you though, because I feel like there is like a little clip of it on YouTube. It's like a little grainy, but you can pretty much figure out like who's talking. But yeah, it's always been one of those like battle rap tales that people bring up from time to time that DMX and Jay-Z had a battle. So,
yeah, but it was they didn't have a name though. Back then they wasn't nobody's. They wasn't really, it was more like they was known on the street level, not nationally. Right. So right. But it was good. It was good competition. I like that was when rap was real, it was authentic. Not saying that it's bad now, but it was more authentic. It was to the core of it. Cause back in the day, when they used to do the music, like even when the Furious Five was battling, when they battled the Sugar Hill Gang, when they battled them, I gotta cut my phone. I don't know how to turn it off while we on it. But when we battled them, when Sugar Hill Gang battled the Furious Five on the Record Showdown, it was more like flashy fly. It wasn't hurt, grimy, kill. I'll do your mother dirty and all that. Right. It just changed. Not, you know, as years went by, the way people battle changed. Right. So, but it always was in good, you know, good spirits. They still was cool after they battled, you know. Now you battle somebody, they gonna probably get killed next week.
Look.
Real talk. That's how I go down now. That's crazy. it's gang related, and it's more street and it's more gutter. Like everybody gotta be like, oh, like I gotta live this thing out.
Right.
So it is what it is, but I just wish we all could get back to love again.
I think that's what he was on too, man. I think he left a lot of that stuff behind and just was trying to just be a better person every day.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that the Ruff Ryders are working on?
Oh, so the Ruff Ryders, we never talked about it. So my brother and them got an organization called Ruff Ryders to the Rescue.
Okay.
And that's we got it in New York right now. You know, we're gonna do it nationally. But it's more about giving back to the community, helping the youth come up out of the gutter, and trying to get them an understanding of how to be entrepreneurs.
Okay.
And how to raise each other and help each other instead of hurting each other. Because a lot of times the youth don't have no guidance right now. You know, so since they don't have the guidance, they out there freestyling and they getting into whatever they think is going to be a winner for them. If it's a gang or if it's just out here hustling or whatever. But there's other ways that they could do it. You know what I'm saying? Like show them how to buy a store, help them get an apartment, show them how to get their credit right. You know what I'm saying? These are the type of things we want to implement in the community to let everybody in the community, especially the youth coming up, show them how to do it the right way. We did enough wrong for everybody. Now we should just try to show you how to do it right. That's all. And then my nephew, Little Wild, he's an artist, and they gonna break him soon. X's album's gonna come out maybe in the next month or two.
I was gonna ask that. Are we gonna get some music?
Yeah, his music is done. The album was already done. It just got finished maybe a month before he passed. The music was done. They just were getting stuff signed off on the you know, all of the samples and stuff, whatever's going on. The paperwork's part of it is getting done. And then Ruff Ryders, we got like a book coming out. There's so much different stuff that's going on. Let me talk a little bit about my show.
Okay, go ahead, yeah.
Okay, so real talk, in the background, y'all see my name. You see the name Assorted Flavors, that's the name of my show. My name is Po Dean. I am Assorted Flavors. Also, that's my podcast. I also got a radio show on Ruff Ryder Radio. So if you go on Ruff Ryder Radio on Thursdays from 10 to midnight and on Saturdays from 8 to 10, I'm on the show and I do nothing but old school. I do exclusives. I do R&B, hip hop, you know, and whatever comes to my mind. And we talk about trending topics, you know, tell a friend to tune in.
I like that. Yes, I'm gonna definitely plug that too. Anything else you would like to talk about? Anything you want to say? Because I was gonna ask you that. Do you have anything that you're working on that you want to let everybody know besides the radio show?
Yeah, well, I'm also doing little side projects because I did videos and stuff. So I help some cats. I'm like a consultant. So if anybody needs a consultant, you want to book an artist, or if you want some consultant on how to do a video and make it right, or you want to get a package together so you can start going out here and marketing yourself. Okay. I did all the marketing and promotions for Ruff Ryders nationally on everybody's album. I worked on everybody's album. So
that's what's
you know, I bring that to the table. And if you want to get in touch with me, y'all can hit me on mfive@yahoo.com. Okay, that's my email. I ain't gonna give you my phone number. Everybody gonna be calling.
Everybody gonna be calling you. Hey.
I know, right? What's up? Yeah, but it's all love. I appreciate the opportunity to be on the show with you.
I have actually just one more question.
You can, whatever you want to ask me, you can do whatever.
One question, because I just feel like everybody that's ever met DMX, you included, have been touched by it. And I just wanted to ask, what would you think he would be telling everybody right now? Like whether it's his family, his closest friends like you, his fans, what's one thing you think he would be telling everybody right now?
If X was, well, X is looking down on us. Mm-hmm. And if we could hear what he was saying, I think X would really be like, yo, do what you got to do to make it in life and be positive. I think he would try to send a positive message to everybody because he went through a lot. You know, he took on a lot of pain for everybody else. So I think he would be trying to really tell everybody to do the right thing and try to be a support system to other people instead of, you know, being negative. Help somebody. If you see somebody going through something, help them. Because he needed the help. It wasn't enough of us to be able to help him. So I know that he probably wouldn't include that. And he'll tell you probably don't let nothing sway you from your path, what you're trying to do. If anything you want to do, keep striving to do it because you can do it. He a perfect example. He come from the gutter, from nothing. The whole world knows X now. The whole world, how you come from nothing to the most, one of the most popular people in the whole planet. People don't even speak English, no DMX.
Worldwide.
Yeah. So that means anybody got the ability or have the ability to make it. You just got to put your foot out there and keep going and try. Got to keep trying. I think he would share that.
All right. Well, Po Dean, it was definitely an honor to meet you. And I would definitely just thank you from me and everybody at Hip Hop Weekly, just, you know, giving us your time and talking about DMX. And I know you're still grieving. I know you're still hurting, but I still thank you a lot for spending some time with me to do this interview.
That's what's up. Appreciate Hip Hop Weekly, you and everybody. My man Stretch, tell him I said what's up.
I sure
Yo, love is love, man. And I appreciate the love. And I always try to pass it back off.